my husband George and I own Windmist Farm in Jamestown, Rhode Island. We work it with our daughter Chandler, the youngest of our 4 children. It is a 44-acre parcel that is under conservation easement, thank goodness, so will be farmed into perpetuity. We inherited the property in the early 2000s from my father-in-law, who'd bought it in the early 60s, and since then have been able to do a lot of conservation practices that we believe very strongly in. As a result of conserving the farm, or the easement on the farm in 2007, we decided to really go into farming and fulfill my dream of being a farmer when I grew up. So I was in my 50s by the time I really started farming. We've always had beef cows, but we had goats for a while. We've taken on hair sheep. We've raised pastured pork. We do layer hens. We did some meat birds for a while, but now I'm able to buy wholesale for the meat birds. So basically, we raise most of our own livestock and sell from the farm and farmers markets and a little bit of wholesale. We started raising belted Galloway cattle in the early 90s because we like the looks of them, and a lot of talk on the island about the Oreo cows and how much people enjoy driving by and seeing the Oreo cows out on pasture, which we enjoy too. They're a nice breed to work with. They don't grow very fast or very big, but they are a very easy to work with breed. So Jamestown is an island in the middle of Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island, connected by 2 bridges, one from the mainland and one to Aquidneck Island. Pretty wealthy community at this point, so it certainly helps with my business as far as my customer base, but also feels very strongly about its conservation ethic. So Jamestown being on, it's a sole source aquifer, obviously we worry about the groundwater quite a bit, but we also border salt marsh that has been in possession of the Audubon since the early 60s, and because of that we have to be very conscious of where our manure runoff goes and so on. So we have done fencing to put border areas up to keep the cows from being too close to the marsh. We have done wells both here and in the property that we rent across the street to make sure our water sources are clean. We use fish oil emulsions and then put all of our whatever manure waste we have back on the fields when we can. We try to rotationally graze, so we do rotate the cows from one side of the farm to the other. We get free wood chips from a lot of the tree guys, and I can't tell you how great that's been to, I guess you'd call it deep bedding or pack. When in the wintertime we can bed the cows down in their winter area on these wood chips. It keeps them out of the mud, and it is eventually making soil. It takes a little while, but the piles of compost I have, most of them have the wood chips in them, which to me is carbon source. It's sequestering carbon, and I guess a lot of it is just not doing any harm and leaving it so that when we're gone, because we will be, it can go back to its natural cycles. The high tunnel is an innovation, and because we've done so well with the first high tunnel, we're going to do a second high tunnel as far as growing vegetables. A lot of different programs, and it's been great. The biggest one, obviously, they had a lot to do with the conservation easement on the farm in 2007. They've done an unbelievably good job by us as far as the practices that we've been able to do. And we sell clean food. The cows are allowed to live their good cow life, as are the pigs and the chickens and the sheep, and to me that's the way we need to eat. And I always like to welcome people to walk around the farm. I think it starts right there, that we're transparent, that we're not hiding anything. Come see our animals, see what we do, how we treat them, how we keep product and so forth, because I think it's very important that they get an idea of what it takes to put it all in the freezers. That's the only reason that we've been able to make this work, is because I have built up quite a customer demand for people that are worried about where their food comes from.